button. That's my fault there. We're all having a bad day, I guess. But we're
Oh,
on
I see it now.
YouTube.
We're live.
Yeah, now we're live. We skipped the whole intro and everything. So yeah, we're just gonna go rock and roll here on YouTube and Instagram here on Fishbowl Sports here. It's the director's era. I'm gonna have to fire my director. Oh wait, I am the director. What you talking about?
you the the straw starting the drink,
Yeah,
as Chris Blair
yeah,
says.
He makes the big bucks.
yeah. So big news today. LSU has hired an AD. Bear,
And the
initial
president.
thoughts. Yeah, initial thoughts.
On the AD, they also hired a new president today too from
Yep,
McNeese. But
yeah.
he's a Louisiana guy, so he wants to see the being a Louisiana guy, he wants to see this program get back to its former glory as it once was. You know, he
He's
wants to see
LSU
it go.
alum as
So I'm
well.
excited, and he's an LSU alum. So I'm excited to see what his plans are and what he wants to do.
Juicy.
Yeah, I'm excited to see too. I know he also is a former LSU football player. Played football for the Tigers as well. Back in his day. So I mean, yeah, I mean you can't get more Louisiana. Can't get somebody more homegrown that would love to bring LSU back to sports, and particularly football, back to what it's known for.
Look, I got to give the shout out because area that the AD is from. Y'all both missed it. I was waiting for y'all to shout it out, but I'm gonna do it. New Iberia product
I was gonna say, I
What?
from
was
the
thinking, I was like,
berry.
I thought he was from New Iberia, but
Yeah,
I didn't want to
from
get it wrong.
he was from the berry. So
The
look,
berry.
an Acadiana product. There you go.
Yep.
So look, I mean, like you got a little bit of representation there, and from Acadiana, so
Yeah.
that's always good to hear. So, um, you know, President, you mentioned it, Bear, hard for McNeese. You think you do y'all think these moves are good moves for the success and future of LSU's not only this football program, but men, women, and baseball and softball programs and all the other sports at LSU. We'll go with you first, Bear.
As far as for the academic side of it, I'm not really sure. I'm not really familiar. I know the guy, the president, just because of his name being mentioned, he was hired. I don't really know what he did or didn't do at McNeese. But as far as for the athletic side, I mean, being that this guy's from the 337, he's an Acadiana guy from New Iberia, former LSU alum, former LSU football player. Like, hey, he understands what LSU is and what it needs to be and
He
what that
understands
brand
the
it
assignment. He
represents.
understands the assignment.
So let's hope that, you know, he's part of the committee. The new president's also part of the search committee for the coach too. So hopefully they make the right move.
What you thinking, Juicy?
Yeah, I mean he Bear hit everything on the head. I mean it's all about pretty much making the right moves and doing what's best for not just football and baseball, but every single sport
The
that
LSU brand as a whole.
that LSU has. The LSU brand in all sports.
All right, let's start talking about this LSU head coach. I'm gonna call it Chase, basically, because that's basically what this is. Um, Nobody really knows what's going on with it here at this point here. So,
I will say that Shaq has said that they're in serious talks with Nick Saban. His plane was supposedly spotted in
but
Baton Rouge.
I've also gotten a later report that retracted that and basically said AD, that was the interim that eventually became the permanent. That yeah, he's not. He got
Yeah.
talking every 3 weeks or so, but about so two like 2 3 weeks that that's not going to be a thing. That he don't think Nick Saban's going to come out of retirement. So uh,
Yeah.
I think it's kind of
He
a point at this point.
I read a deal earlier that he said he's been in talks with Saban and his agent over like at least once a week or whatever, and based off the conversations that they've had, he sounds like he's not coming. he's gonna just stay doing what he's doing with College Game Day. He's got a good gig going with that. I don't blame him.
Yeah, I mean, he looks a lot more relaxed on game day. I mean,
Yeah,
it'd
he
be
ain't got to
really.
go recruit no more. I don't blame him.
I mean, he's over
And you
70
got
years old. I mean, that's a big thing. I
but you
think like he gave 50 years of his life to coaching. I mean, at some point you got to call it quits. And even as much as you love the game, right? Sometimes you just got to like know when to hang it up. And I think Saban's at the point in his life and his career and stuff, and he's just like, I'm done with it. He's accomplished more than
yeah,
he's probably ever
and
dreamed anyway. So I mean, that's the
and
thing right there. Like, if he went to LSU, he has a field named after him at Alabama. Like, I mean, he would tarnish his legacy at that school just for what 3 years at LSU. That's another thing too.
yeah, and not only that, I mean, Saban owns like several high-end car dealerships around the Birmingham, Tuscaloosa area. So he doesn't need the money. He's perfectly fine in retirement.
Yeah, he's not he ain't come back to coaching. I don't see it. I'd be very surprised if he did come back for any school. I don't even if it made the only one he would come back for would probably be Alabama, and that would probably be it. But other than because I mean, he's got the legacy there. But do you want to ruin your legacy? Is part of it too. So um,
Yeah.
let's think about it like this though. So some other names that I've one thing that was interesting that I heard the AD talk about today was the fact that we are willing to wait and pass up the December signing period and the college football playoff to hire the right guy. Now, or is he going to poach someone in the playoff? And that makes
You
me
about to
tend
do
to
that,
think
Tree?
Kiffin is in play
You about to
a
hang
little
them
bit
on?
by those comments.
You gonna hang on him and stuff?
Bear, what you think about that there? Do you think Kiffin is in play
Yeah.
with those comments?
Well, based off of that comment, absolutely Kiffin's in play. But I mean, you also have 11 other coaches that are going to be in the playoff too that are in play. How many of those are they going to try to get? My thing is, I just don't. With all the other jobs that are open, you have in the SEC now. You have Auburn, Summerall supposedly the favorite for that one, where he was mentioned for the LSU job. Now Auburn's in play with that one. You have Florida open, Arkansas. I mean, you want to wait to make sure you get the right guy, but at the same time, you don't want to because then you might end up with some no-name coach that and then you set your program even further back than it already is.
I've even heard Brian Kelly pop up.
For Michigan State.
Yeah,
Yeah, Michigan State.
I did see him pop up from Michigan State search wise. So
Like I said earlier, I was telling Bear earlier. I don't think he's a bad coach. I just don't think it was a great fit over here because he's won everywhere
He's
he's
a bad
been.
he's a bad coach when he's south of Missouri.
I mean, I don't think it's gonna be Indiana's coach. Those comments there make me think
No,
it's a playoff team, right? So Indiana just re-signed their, James Madison, former James Madison.
Signetti just got a
Yeah,
bag. He ain't leaving.
yeah. So I think you could take him out of the running of like playoff head coaches that might actually switch there. Ryan Day ain't leaving Ohio State.
No, I mean
That's
Lanning would be a possibility, but I think him and Phil Knight have too
yeah,
much of it, and Nike's got almost as much money as God himself. So
yeah.
I
So
mean,
he ain't leaving Oregon. I don't think either. That
no,
would Drinkwitz. I've seen Eli Drinkwitz from Missouri pop up a couple of times on like in the
that
odds
that
board.
wouldn't that wouldn't be a bad choice. I don't know how he's finally got Missouri into a good spot, so I don't know how he feels about relocating again. But I mean,
And having
that
to
wouldn't
build
be a
up.
bad hire either.
I mean, he's already in the same conference. I mean, would you like? Could you do more at LSU than you will Missouri? I mean,
Yeah.
I think LSU has a little bit more resources than Missouri does.
I would say they do for sure.
Re-
It just, it just depends.
Resources, definitely, they have more resources. They have more options for recruiting also.
Yeah. It's just kind of going back and forth who you think the guy's actually going to be. Trying to think of other playoff teams that might actually be in the hunt. Kirby's not leaving Georgia because the comments that was made was we're willing to wait till like basically skip the whole December signing period and the transfer period in January, which I think they're going to hire
But
someone.
see, if
I
you
think I think December we're gonna have a new head coach at LSU for sure. By that point, that's the latest I'm putting it because if you wait any longer, these kids ain't gonna wait. They're gonna make the decision for you whether or not you're gonna have it or not. So if they put guys off of there and just that kind of way of doing it, they're gonna jump ship. They're gonna go to
what about
have a stable
now?
coaching environment.
Okay, so what about Frank Wilson? Do you give him the job if he keeps it competitive against Alabama and they win out?
I mean, there's a history with that there, Bear. With
I mean, Frank Wilson like started coaching in New Orleans for OP Walker high school. So like I mean he's been
But he
tied to
hasn't done
Louisiana
anything
for a long
else.
time.
He hasn't had a
wasn't
winning
Coach
record
O
anywhere where he's coached though.
wasn't Coach O on LSU's coaching staff when Les Miles was let
Yeah,
go back
he
then?
was Les
Yes,
Miles' defensive line coach.
defensive line
Yeah,
coach.
he was.
You might
I
have the
say we
answer
bring
right
Les
there.
Miles back myself.
I mean, I don't. Les Miles has a lot of baggage with him. I mean, I think I think LSU fans need to let go of the past.
At
I
least
mean,
they'll be able to
20,
run the football. At
2019.
least they'll be able to run the football.
I think LSU fans need to let go of the past because I think 2019. Like the Coach O kind of thing is.
Well,
I
then you
mean,
don't want to hear my plan. You don't want to hear my plan about
No, you
what I
ain't
think
gonna like
LSU
his
should do.
plan at all. I don't like
uh,
what Mac.
go ahead and shoot your plan, Bear.
So okay, so this is my plan. This is what I would do. I know we just
I
talked
think it's
about
a
not replicating 2019, not living in the
terrible
past,
logic,
but
though.
Coach Ed O's cheap. You were paying the dude $4 million a year. Instead of hiring one coach and paying him 10 or 12 million a year, you hire O back, you pay him 4 million a year. You surround him with the best coordinators in the game that money can buy, whether it be Gus Malzahn, even though he's at Florida State right now, Mike Norvell when he gets fired, um, Mike Bobo from Georgia. It don't matter. You leave him. You hire the best defensive coordinator that money can buy, whether it be Jim Knowles from Penn State, Matt Patricia from Ohio State, the ghost of Monty Kiffin, the ghost of John Chavis. It doesn't matter. But you need to have Ed O, Frank Wilson, and Corey Raymond all together, all three of them, and all they do is just go rebuild this program into a hard-nosed killing machine through recruiting. Lock down Louisiana, and you don't have to replicate 2019, but you just let O go in there and just recruit, let the other coaches do their thing, let him just, whatever, and just let him go at it. Rebuild this program through recruiting. It's obviously you're gonna need at least 2 years, 3 years to do it, but I mean that's how I feel. But we stuck in the past when we're not doing that.
Oh man, it just seems like it's kind of a lot.
Or Juicy's plan was bring in John Gruden, although you may have to pay him a little more because he was making 10 million before he left the
But
Raiders. Let him
he
use
does
his
he does
NFL
have some NFL
connections to
connections, you know.
bring in some NFL guys as coordinators and position coaches. That would work too.
Yeah. I mean, players always want to play for NFL coaches because they have that experience. They've been around. They know how to teach like different
But
formations.
one thing about Bears logic,
I think the
though,
problem with the NFL coaches is that sometimes they make their playbooks a little bit too complicated for the
one thing about
college
Bears
teams to
logic
grasp
though
as such, like an
is
18-year-old player or somebody to grasp like that.
one
What you were
thing
trying to
with
say,
Bears
Juicy?
Hold on,
logic
Juicy,
though
slow down.
is that players, at least everybody that's played for Coach O or been recruited by him, at least they all love him and buy in to playing for him. So there is that at least.
I
Yeah.
mean, Juicy told me a story today that he literally Adrian Peterson almost went to USC instead of Oklahoma because he actually tried to get his dad transferred to a prison in California. So I mean, this is the kind of stuff that the man went. He ended up getting Reggie Bush at USC anyway, but still, like I mean, this man went to bat for this kid to say, "Hey, I want you to come play for me. This is what I need." He went to bat for him.
All right, let's talk about this here. The biggest game on LSU's schedule year in and year out. LSU versus Alabama. It's going to be
So
an
like it's
interesting.
just
I mean, we expected this to be kind of like a CFP kind of implication involved, but this year, not so much. Bear, what you think about this matchup coming up here with LSU and Alabama?
yeah. What about this is the last year of the annual game, so
Yeah.
who knows how it's gonna go.
Like, how you feeling about it? Do you feel like does LSU have a better chance to win with or without Brian Kelly? I think it's the kind of the question.
They have a better chance to win without, but not much better because talent wise, they're overmatched this week. Though based off the way our offensive line has played, and then we're down on the same two guys are out again this week. Like they two can we like just IR them at this point? Put them on injured reserve? Like that's just two guys wasted that we never get a chance to see. Every week. As of right now, Alabama's got an almost 81% chance to win according to the matchup predictor on ESPN. So it's not looking good.
Yeah, needless to say, Juicy, what you think about this matchup against Alabama?
Well, it's not talent wise, they're not overmatched, but I mean scheme and how willing they gonna be ready to play, I guess, is really more the issue. But I mean, I'm looking forward to hopefully them at least keeping it close. I mean, I always say that sometimes when they fire head coaches and the interim takes over, sometimes that really gets teams to play better or perform better. So
I.e., Arkansas.
yeah, so we'll see what happens. I mean, a win would be even sweeter somehow, especially since it'd be the last year of the annual matchup. But I'm hoping for at least a competitive game. I don't want to watch a game where I'm turning it off by like the middle of the third quarter or something like, oh, whatever. I at least want to watch all four quarters of the game.
I mean, Frank Wilson did in his introductory press conference did say they wanted reemphasize running the football, but I mean, when your offensive line's not very good, it doesn't matter if you run the ball 100 times a game. Your offensive line is not very good. You're not going to be able to run the ball.
Yeah, that's just the way it is. I think all phases. I think LSU it's really the offense. Like the offensive line is the weakest point in LSU's probably Arsenal because they actually hurt their defense because they stay on the field too long and stuff. And I think that's a systematic problem with LSU's football team this year. That's just the way it is. I mean, there's not much else to say about it. Really, I'm not feeling good about the matchup. To be honest with everybody here.
I mean, it didn't matter if it was in Baton Rouge or Tuscaloosa. I don't like LSU's chances either way.
I think it would be closer, in my opinion, if it was in Baton Rouge. You might be able to feed off the crowd, maybe. Um, you know, emotions, right? The emotions of college football is the best way I can describe it here. And I mean, looking at what happened last year in this matchup here, and I
Oh,
just
don't remind us, please.
um,
Please.
Mm-hmm.
and that's
Jalen Milrow torched us.
well, I mean, like, it's another running quarterback LSU's going to deal with here. And we saw what Pavia
At
did.
least Ty Simpson's not really a running quarterback.
No, he's got about as much mobility as Nussmeier does, but he's more accurate throwing the football. At least he makes better decisions.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Is LSU going to not turn the ball over, make these, fundamental mistakes that you shouldn't be doing out there anyway to begin with here. So that's
You know, one good thing though, we don't have to listen to another Brian Kelly press conference about, hey, we got to coach better. We got to coach better. It's my fault. We got to coach better. The guys we just weren't prepared enough. We don't have to listen to that broken record anymore. I'm so glad, dude. I hate his press conferences. Oh my gosh.
I mean, I think the reporters
Sorry, I
actually
just
did
had to get that
question.
out there. I had to get that
I,
out.
I mean, look, he look. Brian Kelly was a man on a mission. He wanted a bag, bro. He just wanted the money. He didn't care about anything else. He signed that deal and said, "Where's my money?" That's it. He probably did the same thing. Okay, where's the door? That Coach O did a couple of years ago. Where's the door? Where you want me to leave?
Well,
What happened
apparently
last?
there was nobody. It didn't look like there was very many people at the airport to wave goodbye to him either. So
Yeah, it was not a fun time for sure to be LSU fan through this period here. But the departure thing kind of makes me think of something. Are we firing head coaches too early in college football? Bear, what you think?
are we firing coaches too early? I mean, this was year 4 for Brian Kelly, and uh, Juice and I talked about this today, going back to 2021 when he was first hired. Like, if you look at that roster, like literally half that team after they hired, after they fired O transferred. But if you look at the original roster from when the season started, most of those players on that team were on the 2019 team. That was literally Coach O's team that Brian Kelly took to the SEC championship. I mean, you had 4 years worth of recruiting cycles and NI and transfer portal cycles, and you never got any better. You got worse every year. So by usually year 3, if we don't see any improvement, if we just kind of stay on, plateau out and we're not making improvements, like something's got to be done. But we got to fix this whole buyout language issues in these contracts. That they can blame athletic directors and everybody else that they want, but at the end of the day, I mean, the school and whatever, but the end of the day, it's the coach, the agent, and the athletic director that are ones that are negotiating these contracts. The board of supervisors approves them. So we got to do something to fix these buyout languages in these contracts.
Also, there is so I want to throw this in a little bit here. So I know we have the big thing with college athletics right now, especially viewership, is this whole YouTube TV versus basically Disney. They own ESPN. Disney's involvement in the sport here. So I'm gonna give y'all a different kind of perspective because it's in my realm of broadcast media. Yeah, I got a background in it. So basically, what's going on to kind of catch everybody up and just give a little background for this here, so that y'all can understand what's going on behind the scenes here. Disney wants to raise the prices of ESPN and all their other things. So YouTube has to raise
Imagine
their
that.
price. Wants to raise their get YouTube TV, which is owned by Google. Google's owns YouTube, to raise their
Yeah.
prices up so people will leave them and go to Hulu Live, which Disney owns
On
Hulu,
Hulu Live. Yeah, I know.
and
I have Disney Plus. I know how it works.
they own Disney Plus, obviously, and they also own Fubo. Fubo was recently bought
And
out.
it
They dropped that ESPN Unlimited
and if
thing
you
here.
get it
So, but if you
and if you
have
get on
YouTube,
the Disney,
here's how I would navigate it if I was a YouTube TV subscriber, which I'm not. I dropped a bunch of streaming services. I just do the ESPN Unlimited thing now. But if I was YouTube TV, because I'll be honest, I'll say this live here so everybody can understand. YouTube TV is the best streaming platform
Embolism is
out
like
there for live TV
oh,
right now.
it is.
a blood
It is the best one. I've
It
had it
is.
for years, but I was like, look, I don't trust any of this stuff because I'm like, we just kind of like, yeah, it's the best one. It's hands down the best one of them all. So how I would do it is if I had YouTube TV, I would go to Sling and get a day pass on Saturday.
I don't know if he's
It's
still
only
up.
$5 every Saturday. So until this blows over, because Disney, the longer this goes out, the worse it's going to be for Disney. As long as you don't subscribe to Hulu Live, because YouTube TV, there's a reason why they're number one. They're the most subscribers on any streaming platform, live TV streaming platform that they have, period. And Hulu's right there at number two. So they want to try to increase ESPN to get people to jump from YouTube TV to Hulu Live, so they can become that number one
Well,
subscriber. That's what they're trying to do. YouTube TV doesn't want to go up on the rate, and that's why they're giving you all a discount to try to keep everybody there. So
well, I can speak from experience because I up until 2 years ago, I was a subscriber to Hulu Live and all that, and with the Disney Plus bundle, dude, when they started raising, they went from like $30 a month to like $50 a month, and then it went up to like $60 a month. I was like, we got to do something. So we ended up just cutting it out, and we do just the regular Hulu non-live with the Disney Plus
Let me
bundle,
put
and
this.
I mean that's
Let me
going
put
up
this.
too. It's fixing to be like $40 a month or something.
yeah, I know the ESPN Unlimited and the Fox One bundle. I got the Fox One because they're kind of combined the bundle. That's what I'm rocking with right now. But I'm gonna have to think about what I'm gonna do in the future, because I know they're gonna raise the price on it at some point. I have.
Dude, it's it's
I'll move
it's
this.
ridiculous. They're literally gonna price. They're gonna price like the average people. They're gonna price the average working Americans out of the market. Is what's gonna happen.
I don't think it's gonna, like. Here's the thing. I think they can charge whatever they want. That's how Disney is operated. Like with whatever, you go look at their cruise ship prices compared to what they like Royal Caribbean or like Carnival and these other ones charge. It's almost like triple. Like I can get a suite on Carnival, but just be barely getting the boat on Disney.
Oh yeah,
That's
I
it.
mean
That's the insane part of it. Like I could be like
it
way up
is. It's
here.
nuts, dude.
Uh,
It's time for somebody like Elon Musk to step in and just cut out everybody, make his own network, sign a contract with all of the sports, like ESPN, Fox, whatever, and just make one network. I mean, if somebody can step in and do that, Elon Musk could be the perfect guy because he's got all the Starlink and stuff to do it.
no, what needs to
And just,
happen is everybody that watches this stream right here, where you're watching it at, or if you're just watching anybody's stream, if everybody's pushing for the same thing here, they could do what you remember a couple of years ago, those hedge funds that GameStop was doing, and these investors were losing a bunch of money.
yes, they literally like jumped up the price of their stock, short
They
sold it, and they created. Oh, dude, I remember that.
So that this is basically the same kind of situation here. If everybody doesn't sign up for any, like, I was already in the boat when it happened, so there's no point for me to move. I mean, I could move if I wanted to Sling, but like I've had Sling, it's not that great, honestly. It's very buffery or whatever, but you could deal with it for a Saturday.
I
That's
mean,
really
you can
what's
just
going
do.
on.
Now look, Facebook, don't come after me with the algorithm, but you can do like I do. Just go catch an illegal stream on YouTube.
Look, that's another way of doing it. Like VPN it, baby. If you know how to work a
Yeah,
VPN, that's the perfect way around it. Because I mean, you're not the one that's going to get in trouble. The
I'm
person
gonna have
who put it up is the one that's going to get in
these
trouble.
prices. These prices keep going up. I might have to.
And
Prices keep going up. You just have to go to local channels and get rid of
that's
everything.
another thing though too. They can't, dude. It's free. Get an antenna. If you gotta get an outdoor one, I got an antenna. That's how I'm rocking with my local channels right now.
Local channels and antennas are free.
Yeah.
I don't need
Yeah.
Wi-Fi either. If it keeps going up too, I don't need Wi-Fi. I'll just use my phone and stream off data. I got unlimited data.
But like this is a power struggle between the two very rich companies, and I think Google. Here's the thing with Google: they can withstand it. They can literally hold out as long as they possibly want. I think Disney's going to lose this fight at the end of
Oh
the day.
yeah.
But it would hurt them more if people were like I had Hulu Live, and then I dropped it down because they were about to go up on the price again. I was paying like 90 or almost $100 something.
Yeah.
I had the whole bundle thing, and I was like, I'm
Yeah.
not really Disney Plus that
Yeah.
much, or my son or anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought it jumped up to like almost 90 a month, and that's whenever we cut it off too. That was 2 years ago. I'm like, we got to do something. This is ridiculous.
Hey, YouTube TV started out $30-something a month whenever it started out, but then
I remember when it was 60 something when I had it.
yeah, it was. I mean, like I had all of them. I've been doing this
Sling
routinely
was
circle
cheaper.
that I just keep
Sling
going
was
in
the cheapest
basically
one.
Now,
with it.
now Roku,
Sling was
you
the
can get the
cheapest
Roku
one.
thing and do. You can get the Roku thing and do that too. They got some free stuff on there, but I mean, all Roku is really good for. Like I like the old John Wayne westerns and stuff. I love watching them on the Roku.
My son loves Barney. He likes the Teletubbies. I recently found out. So, like kind of like, and also a little fun fact about Barney and stuff. Selena Gomez actually used to star in Barney. That's a little trivia for y'all today.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, yeah, I did not know that, and well, I think I had
Who
heard
used
that
to
years.
star in Barney?
Okay,
Selena,
while we talking about this, you know what my kids like to watch at home because we live with our with my in laws since we sold our house. So my father-in-law watches this show on Up TV called Heartland. It's a Canadian like kind of like
It's
Canadian
also a series on
Yellowstone,
Netflix too.
but family friendly. He watches that, and my daughter likes to watch Little House on the Prairie.
hey, you gotta do what you gotta
Nice.
do, right?
Yeah,
So yeah, I back to Alabama, and kind
yeah,
of got
we kind of got off topic a little bit.
yeah, but I mean that's fine though. I think it's kind of it's nice. I think it's important that we kind of give Fishbowl Nation a little bit of like thoughts on how to like navigate that stuff there. So,
Yeah,
uh,
They need to know what we think. They need to
yeah,
know our
let the people know.
viewpoints.
But look,
illegal YouTube streams, baby,
for the win, right?
That's what I'm talking about
for the
for the
win.
win. Cajun-omics for the win, baby.
Ah, don't give it away. You
Man,
gotta get
bro,
him banned.
Tracy, you gotta be
You gonna get
quiet,
that
bro.
dude
Shut up,
banned,
dude.
bro.
Come on.
You can't say the names of the channels,
No, no,
doofus.
no, no. Oh man.
Oh, here we go. Look. I got look Russian satellite, satellite flying over me right now. Look, I'm
All
about to
right,
get a drone
so
I'm
strike on me
sure.
right
let's talk
I'm
now.
about
sure
the
he'll be
hardwood
fine.
tonight. LSU women's basketball. I've had to turn it off to set this stream up here, and they were dominating the game. I mean, looks like
Yeah,
they.
they look pretty good. I watched a little bit of it.
I
But of
was
course, too many
shocked.
of us.
So whenever you put that text message in there, I was on X a little bit earlier, and I was looking for the starting lineup because they had just posted, and I got your text, and I was like, they got 4 guards starting the lineup tonight.
Well, I found that on Tiger Droppings in one of
Uh
their forums.
oh, so yeah, but anyway, they I mean, there's one concern I have with LSU women's. I mean, now it's the first game, it's fine, but whenever they go do that back post pattern, go around to the back part of the goal, they've allowed a couple of scores that way. That could be a little kink in the armor of LSU's defense.
Could be.
Yeah,
That, I
especially
mean,
against.
especially
I mean,
against
I
like
get the whole.
higher, yeah, higher quality opponents like South Carolina, which is the one that LSU
Well,
is going to be circling on the
But
schedule.
now's the time to fix it if they need to fix
Yeah,
it, though.
no, I was gonna say starting 4 guards. You need some smaller guards out there because man, you play 4 big guards. South Carolina's just, regardless of the size, they're also quick too, man. South Carolina's just gonna run right through us.
I mean, they're looking really good though. Kim Mulkey's, they got them ready to play. I mean, they tore it up out there today. So I mean, it's kind of hard to say that they're not ready for the season to start here. I mean, they have Duke a little bit later on. I don't think it's gonna be a big deal with LSU women's here, but we figured they would get the win tonight. There's no point even like really going too deep about it here, but it's looking like they're gonna be able to make another NCAA tournament this year. I don't see any like crazy thing here. So they did end up winning tonight, 108-55.
Huh. Okay. Good deal.
They're going to take on Southeastern Thursday. I think they'll win that game, and I think they'll beat Georgia Southern on Sunday. That's where Flau'jae Johnson's from, so that was kind of mentioned in the broadcast how they're going to go back over there and like kind of show the place where she grew up, and where she spent her nights at and stuff. So, Bear, how you think those next 2 games are going to go for LSU women against Southeastern on Thursday and Georgia Southern on Sunday?
I mean, they should be able to win. I mean, they should be able to start conference play undefeated. I don't really see any of these teams like stopping them. because I mean, talent wise, they're just way over. They're just overmatched. They overmatch everybody at this point.
Yeah, the only team I've
Size
seen.
wise, I think we're gonna kind of struggle because we don't we don't have anybody that's like over 6 foot or like over 6'3". So some of these teams that play these taller guards are gonna give us a kind of a hard time.
Unless you can hit the outside perimeter shots, that'd be kind of a way to get around that there. So
Yeah,
they want to go as
we
many. But
we we,
yeah,
we
that's
might have to be an outside in team this year.
what you thinking, Juicy?
Nothing wrong with that. Oh, I mean, I agree with y'all. I mean, I think they're gonna win their next two games, Thursday and Sunday. I mean, basically, they got to clean it up. But in all, I think I think LSU and Kim Mulkey are going to be just fine and ready to go, though.
Yeah, that's one thing you can really hope for. Like be fine, ready to go. I think they're gonna be fine. I think they're gonna, like the only game that I would be worried about non-conference is looking at it is Duke. But I think they'll handle business here on the hardwood. I think that's gonna be kind of like you want to see a little bit more, right? You want to see a little bit more how this team develops and how they go here. It's the first game of this. Like, I mean, they've had expedition games, but this is the first official game, so they're still learning each other. They're still learning each other's quirks and stuff like that. I've seen some turnovers by Flaw J that was not really the
Yeah,
best.
that's uncharacteristic of her. She's normally very good handling the ball.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the first game. It's a
Yeah,
fluke, probably. I'm going to chalk it up as a fluke. I don't think it's any big serious issue there yet, but I think that
because
I think it's going to be fine though.
that was one of their issues they struggled with last year was turnovers. Man, turnovers really cost them like one win for sure against. I forgot who it was, but they struggled with turnovers
Is that
last
the
year.
Ole Miss game?
Yep, the Ole Miss game.
I think that's what
I don't remember.
I'm trying. I was like, I'm not. It's kind of hazy to me, but it's like okay.
I'm pretty sure it was the Ole Miss game. They should have won that game, but the turnovers just they turned over the ball too much. They were just too sloppy.
Yep. So let's talk about men's basketball. And I know y'all not probably excited to talk about it too much. They did beat UCF in an expedition game. They played Tarleton State on
They beat UCF.
tomorrow at
Well,
the half. So I think they'll win. They'll beat New Orleans. They should. Then they got FIU next Thursday. We'll save that for next week here. I think they'll win their next two games. What you think, Bear?
well, this is year 3 for Matt McMahon, so it's a make or break for him. He's either got to get into the postseason or he gonna end up fired too.
That's what I said too. NCAA tournament or bust, basically.
Yeah, I mean, you saw the preseason predictions. It's not looking real good for LSU men's basketball this year. You have them about that, or you think you got them going higher, Bear?
At least make the tournament. We got a long way to go before we can talk about Elite 8, Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final 4. Let's just get there first. Let's
What
just
you mean we're
start
talking
there. Let's
about
just
that?
get
We're
in.
talking about just barely making the tournament, much less that.
Let's just get in. Let's just get in the tournament before we get to all the rest of that.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering.
Yeah, it'd be nice to be in the NCAA instead of the NIT.
So let me go look into the predictor. The predictor is a very Bear. Have I ever did the predictor on here with you on it? I don't think I did.
No, but I
Look into the
I'm
crystal ball.
The crystal ball. Now this thing is going to be
Warren Nolan. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm about to. I'm sitting in my work truck on my computer. I'm getting
here.
on there with you.
So it's gonna be out of whack until we get some actual like data put into it. It's going off of zeros right now, so it's gonna be out of whack. It's gonna do some weird stuff when we spit this out. So it's probably not gonna be any reliable here. I think it's just fun to look at. It's another tool you can use here. So I'm gonna share this screen with y'all. If you're following us on YouTube, you'll be able to see the screen. If you're following us on Facebook, you won't be able to, just because that's just the way it is right here. So let me share screen.
So the SEC as a whole has a conference RPI of 4.
Yeah. So
Jeez Louise,
that's
they
the
got
record.
they got LSU as the number 16 team.
Yeah.
Starting
And that's
off.
the predicted result.
1-17 is their predicted conference record, bruh. Come on.
10 and
Who's the
Now
only
that's not to
win?
say.
10 and 20
Now that's
overall.
not to say that.
10 and 20 overall. Okay. So look, and that's the RPI quadrant, which isn't the biggest thing here. They don't even have the net ranking right there, which is the formula that NCAA uses to put.
Now what's the?
So it's
Now
got them
what's the
winning.
chances?
Let me get there. Give me a second. They have them winning throughout November, it seems like. No, except they lose to Drake on the 28th. Is what the predictor has. It's got them winning against Boston College, dropping the Texas Tech, losing to SMU, winning at Southeastern, going through Southern Miss, Prairie A&M. Got them winning there. I think South Carolina's their only win. I think that they're gonna have in a conference. What the predictor is predicting here. Yeah, it's just straight losses after that.
Now what's the chances that those predictors and everybody will be way wrong and LSU goes on some kind of crazy like Cinderella?
Hey, look,
Hey, I'm
you wasn't-
all about it. I'm all about it. Let's
I'm all
do it.
about feel good.
you wasn't
Cinderella.
paying attention, Juicy, when I said that this thing is not going to be reliable at all. It's going to spew out some crazy stuff. That's why I like the reaction, because it's like, okay, like what's this thing like Bears, like they only got one conference win.
Hey,
Oh,
if they
Hey, that's
run
more
the
predictable.
table, like I'm all for it.
there's no data in it, so it's not going to be like
That's more.
it's not going to
That's
compute
more
something that doesn't have
accurate
the data in
though
it, so it's
than
not going to be that great.
run the table and winning and making to the Final Four or something. That's way more accurate than that. But hey, I mean, it's all on the table. Anything's possible.
So yeah, that's basically the synopsis of that. There, I think they take care of Tarleton State. I think they'll win against New Orleans here, and we'll come back here at 9 o'clock next Tuesday probably, and just talk about FIU and Alcorn State there, and just get that stuff done with here. Because I mean they'll be playing it at 7 o'clock. That's all Eastern time screen there, so that's something to look at there. So. I want to see what it has for LSU. Now, thing with the Warren Nolan thing is on women's basketball. Looks like they updated it. So let's go to teams here. I'll stop sharing
So
that screen.
on the men's basketball, looking at the predicted RPI team sheet, they have LSU at 221.
I wonder.
That's just predictions.
Oh, it does have the little like Houston Christian and stuff on here. Okay. Sometimes they do have like missing games at times, but they do have. I want to see what it has there. So.
I'm trying to see who they predicting as their only conference win.
Oh, the men you talk about?
Yeah.
It was South Carolina. That's what
Of course.
That's what my predictor went with. So the predicted results for women. All right, let's see. I did the women too. I kind of want to do the football team just because it has some data into it. So I kind of want to do that one. I'll do that one next before we start picking the games and stuff. But let's look at this here. This is kind of fun here. Let's share screen. Let's go to this. So here's what it got for the women. This is all the results of one game that got played tonight. 25-4, 13-3 in conference play. I'd say that's pretty good. It's a pretty solid record. RPI 24, strength of schedule 64. It's got them winning. I wonder what their first loss. It has them losing to Duke. Now that could happen. Duke is a very good team this year, according to preseason projections, but we know how they are. I'm not a big fan of preseason projections. I don't should be ranking anybody until they get 4 games in, no matter what sport it is. But let's see. We got them beating Kentucky and Vanderbilt, Georgia. We got them winning against Texas. That'd be a huge win. And losing to Oklahoma. Wins. Got them losing to Texas against her and losing to South Carolina. Ole Miss wins, and Tennessee wins. So their losses are 1 to Texas, 1 to Oklahoma, 1 to Duke. I think they had a fourth loss, did they? South Carolina. South Carolina, Texas, Oklahoma, Duke. Yep. That's the four that has them losing. Now, this is all. We're going to do this week by week to kind of see how it goes week by week, the predictor. So it could be very well be something, or it could very well not be anything at all. So we'll just update it every week and see where it goes and see what that thing spits out every week. So y'all can just kind of follow along and see what it is here. It'll be kind of fun to watch this back one day and be like, okay, what we got going on here, that kind of crazy thing there. So let's talk about these games. Y'all ready for this?
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about some games here. So this is week 11. 11-7, 11-8, that kind of a Friday night matchup. Northwestern taking on number 19 USC. Give me the Trojans in this game. Bear, who you got?
USC should be able to take care of business. They've been playing pretty good lately. They've exceeded my expectations for sure.
Who you got, Juicy?
I got the Trojans of Southern Cal.
All right, looks like we're all in agreement on that one. The next one should be a very good matchup here. Number 7 BYU taking on number 8 Texas Tech. Give me the Red Raiders.
Top 10 matchup.
Give me the Red Raiders in this game here. I think they'll beat BYU. Who you got, Bear?
So I'm looking at the matchup predictor. Tech actually has a 61% chance of winning this game in Lubbock, as good as BYU is. So I'm going with the home field. I'm going to take Texas Tech.
Who you got, Juicy? I'm gonna go with the visiting team. I'm gonna go with the Cougs, man.
Oh,
I'm gonna pull a. I can't really call it an upset, but I'm gonna pull that card.
all right. I know you're trying to close in on that number 1 spot that Bears occupying right now. Number 2, Indiana taking on Penn State here. Indiana gonna be on the road here. Give me Indiana. I think they'll take care of business against Penn State. Penn State hasn't really impressed me this year so far. Who you got, Bear?
Yeah, if this was about a month and a half ago, this game would mean a whole lot more than it is now. But since then, James Franklin's been fired, and Penn State's lost 5 straight games. So, and then this game's also in it's in Beaver Stadium in Happy Valley, but College Park, PA. But Indiana should be able to take care of business and win this game. They're a 15.5 point favorite. So
Juicy?
I'm gonna go with the Hoosiers.
Juicy?
I would go with the Hoosiers on this one. I don't see Penn State being able to turn it around, and Indiana's not going to be the team to do it against.
Number 5, Georgia taking on Mississippi State. I got Georgia winning this one. Who you got, Bear?
Yeah, even though this game is in Stark Vegas and they did almost beat Texas, but obviously Texas is not Georgia. So Georgia, for some reason they survived against Florida. They seem to play better as the game goes along. So I'm going to take Georgia to win in Stark Vegas.
Who you got, Juicy?
I got the Bulldogs.
Of course, right?
I'm joking, man. I got Georgia. I know.
They're both Bulldogs, dummy.
Somebody would pick up on that. I was hoping somebody would pick up on that because they both Bulldogs.
That's why I said, of course. I mean, the Bulldogs going to win regardless, right?
I got Georgia.
The Citadel taking on number 6, Ole Miss here. Give me the Rebels. I think they're going to win that one very easily. Who you got, Bear?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even consider this a trap game, So Ole Miss should be able to cakewalk through this one with my boy Trinidad Chambliss running the show.
Who you got, Juicy?
I got I got the Rebs winning this one. It's the Citadel, so should be a cakewalk.
Number 1 Ohio State taking on Purdue. Give me them Buckeyes to pick up the win. Who you got, Bear?
Yeah, they're playing on the road, but Purdue's 2-7 and 0-6 in Big Ten. I mean, they're just a bad team. Ohio State's a 30-point favorite, so like Ohio State, Super Saiyan should be able to have this game over by halftime. The dude's got 23 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Good Lord.
Who you got, Juicy?
I got Ohio State.
All right, Syracuse. Syracuse taking on number 18, the U of Miami. I got Miami. Who you got, Bear?
I don't know, dude. I mean, Syracuse is bad, but man, Miami for some reason after October after the 1st of October, they're a totally different team. But they should be able to beat Syracuse. If they don't beat Syracuse, then Cristobal got to go. They're a 30-point favorite. So give me Miami.
Juicy, what you thinking?
I think the same thing. I mean, Miami's kind of struggled here as of late a little bit, but Syracuse is just a dumpster fire. So I think Miami should win this one pretty easily.
They beat North Carolina. No, North Carolina beat them actually.
Yeah.
So that just goes to show you how bad they are.
Number 9, Oregon taking on number 20, Iowa. Man, I kind of want to pull an upset, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go with Oregon. Who you got, Bear?
Yeah, Oregon should be able to win this game. I don't see Iowa with their archaic offense being able to pull this one off. Oregon's got too much speed. Dante Moore is the real deal.
What you thinking, Juicy?
Yeah, I got Oregon. Kirk Ferentz in Iowa seems to not score a lot of points in games, and Oregon does the complete opposite and scores plenty of them. So I think Oregon will win this one.
Number 3, Texas A&M taking over 22, Missouri. Give me them Aggies of Texas A&M. Who you got, Bear?
Yeah, based off of what they did against LSU 2 weeks ago, Texas A&M is the best defense in the SEC. There's a reason why they're sitting at number 3, undefeated in conference and overall. So Missouri's good, but I don't think they're good enough to beat. They're not on that level to beat A&M yet. So I'm gonna take the Aggies.
What you thinking, Juicy?
I would take the Aggies.
All right, Auburn taking number 16, Vanderbilt. Oh man, I'm gonna go with Vandy. I think they'll pick up the win over Auburn. What you thinking, Bear?
Oh man, Auburn just fired Hugh Freeze, but they're 1-5 in conference play. They haven't been good all year. I don't think them firing Hugh Freeze is gonna make a difference unless it's just they bring out a whole different set of uniforms of personnel in those jerseys. That's the only way I see them winning this game. So yeah, I'm gonna take the Commodores at home.
What you thinking, Juicy?
Well, unless they find another year of eligibility out of like Cadillac Williams or Cam Newton or Bo Jackson or something, I don't think they're gonna have a chance. I think Vandy should take care of this.
This dude said Bo Jackson.
Hey, if they find another year eligibility, which they not, other than that.
Well, I did that earlier with the ghost of Monty Kiffin and the ghost of John Chavis. So like,
Number 23, Washington taking on Wisconsin. I got the Huskies. Who you got, Bear?
As bad as Wisconsin is, Washington's only 11.5-point favorite. That I think that's a little odd, but I mean they're 2-6 and 0-5. So I mean Washington should be able to win this game easily. If not, we got issues.
What you thinking, Juicy?
Washington should win this. I don't know how Vegas has it so close like that, but
Hey, maybe they know something we don't know. Cal taking number 15, Louisville. I got Louisville picking up the win over Cal. Who you got, Bear?
Yeah, Louisville. They're playing in at Papa John. Well, it's not Papa John's anymore. It's in Louisville. So, I mean, Cal's won a couple games this year that they probably shouldn't have because they got lucky with some turnovers. But I don't see them having enough to beat Louisville.
What you
So
think
I'm
of
I'm gonna
Juicy?
take the Cardinals.
Oh, what you think of Juicy?
I'm gonna take Louisville. Cal to me isn't that impressive though, even though they got lucky. Like he said, it's better to be lucky than good sometimes, but they ain't gonna have no luck against Louisville.
Wake Forest take on number 14, Virginia. Give me Virginia. What you thinking, Bear?
Yeah, Wake Forest is 2-3 in conference play. I mean, this is kind of like a need to win game for them, but I don't see them having enough to beat the Fighting Wahoos. So I'm gonna take Virginia at home.
What you thinking, Juicy?
I'm gonna take Virginia as well.
All right. LSU going on the road to take on number 4, Alabama, and Bryant-Denny Stadium. I hate to break LSU fans, it's hard, but look, I think LSU's got a better chance of beating Alabama without Brian Kelly actually being there. But I think Alabama wins this. I think they're going to beat that 10-point spread. Give me the Crimson Tide to roll on Saturday. Who you got there?
Yeah, Vegas has it at 81% chance for Alabama. They have a better chance, like you said, better chance without Brian Kelly. But based off the way our offensive line has played this year and some of the questionable decisions that Nussmeier has made with throwing the football and the lack of a running game, I'm and in the games on the road in Bryant-Denny and Tuscaloosa, yeah, I'm not liking LSU's chances. So I'm gonna have to take the crowd till I see something different. I'm gonna pick Alabama to win.
What you thinking, Juicy?
Well, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to pick Alabama too, because I mean, based on what's going on with LSU football and Brian Kelly getting fired and just the issues with not running the ball, which I do think that'll probably be a little bit better. Or at least they'll try a little bit more. Now, according to what it sounds like with Frank Wilson, at least, it might be beneficial if they can though a little bit, give the defense a little rest. That might be a way they stay in the game if they can run the ball enough.
It's the same offensive line we've had all year. What's going to
Well,
change?
You don't know, I guess, until you try more. If you try to run it 35 times instead of like 15 times, we'll see what happens. But maybe it might help them run the clock a little bit better, give the defense a little break at least. It might keep them in the game a little bit. But
I think Whit Weeks is questionable also. I don't think he's playing this week either.
I still think Alabama's going to win this game, but I wouldn't be mad about LSU winning, and I wouldn't be mad if they kept it close.
I just wanted to see him be competitive, like Juicy said earlier. Just like let's at least keep the game on until it gets ugly in the fourth quarter. Just be competitive. That's all I want to see.
Hey, I think that's what everybody wants to see. Navy taking number 10, Notre Dame. I got Notre Dame winning this one. I mean, they've looked better since the beginning part of the season. What do you think, Bear?
Yeah, Notre Dame's looked better since the beginning part of the year with their 2 losses, and honestly, I'm kind of intrigued to watch this game just because I love the old school offense with the triple option or the double wing, whatever you want to call it. Like I like them watching. I like to watch teams run it. I think it works for them. They're 7-1, but I just don't see them having enough to beat Notre Dame unless Notre Dame just has a complete off day. So I'm gonna have to take the Irish at home.
What you thinking, Juicy?
I got Notre Dame as well.
All right. Well, that's all the games we got for this week here. So that will wrap up our top 25 picks for this week. Let me bring us back on camera here. I'd like to thank everybody that tuned in live to us here for tonight here. It's been a great show. Thank y'all for joining me on this show here today. Thank you to all of us that have watched us on Facebook here, and everybody that's watched us on Instagram as well, and joined our live stream here. So thank y'all for tuning in tonight. We're gonna see y'all here next time here on Fishbowl Sports. Anything you want to say before we get off the air here, guys?
That's it for me.
Go Tigers.
All right. Thank y'all for tuning in. Hope you have a great, wonderful day. We'll see you here next time here on Fishbowl Sports. Have a good night, Fishbowl Nation.
Good night.
Good
Fishbowl.
night.